Here I am. I don't have that much time, or I don't really know how much time I have. My dad's napping, and he had an appointment today, and so I wasn't able to stream earlier, so now I'm doing it. Anyways, thanks for joining in. A couple people are in here. Okay, so let's not this right yet if I get to it. So I don't know how long I'm gonna have. He might be up in 45 minutes or half an hour or 90 minutes. It kind of just depends. So I'm just gonna take it as it comes. This means I get to put in a little time on the game. Um, I don't actually where's combined rooms. I don't actually do any work on my game unless I'm streaming it. And so thank you to whoever you two are, and see if I can get anything done. Now, I did actually did a test page. Let's go ahead and run. I'll go ahead and run it. Let's go to favorites and let's go to this. I'm gonna run the game and I'll show you what it looks like. And a little feature that I didn't really realize was in here, which is kind of cool here, is this. Okay, so you can actually tell what yesterday when I did yesterday, yeah. The reason that these are indented is because it uses a tab character slash t backslash t, and um, I've switched from label to rich text label, so it can do that, and I can do some other formatting in there, which I may or may not do. Kind of depends. So you hit one. Now, if you notice, this is actually probably the biggest page or the biggest thing in the whole story or in the whole game. And okay, let's see. Um, One interesting feature is that this viewer. Let's look at the room viewer real quick. Um, the actual text is in a it's just rich text label is what it is, and like its parent is a control class. Of course, this doesn't have its own parent. Well, I mean, technically, the room viewer is the parent of the description control here, but not really sure why I blanked this out. I mean, I wonder what would happen if I just turn these on. Would they just automatically show up? Maybe. I mean, it's possible that's what they would do. Okay. Interesting. Ah, that's very interesting. So, when I did that, I'm not able to interact with it. That's really interesting. If I do this again though and run it, it should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so um that's interesting. Oh, maybe it's because of the line edit. That kind of makes sense because it means it's in focus, right? Technically. I don't know. Let's try this. Well, let me try something here. We'll just turn this on, but not the line edit, and then we'll see if it works. One. Anyways, okay, so yeah, and I kind of ruined my little surprise. It's not really a surprise though if you know Godot or Redot. So anywho, um, let's go back over here. Oh wait, let's check this out. All right, let's check this out. Okay, there we go. Um, okay, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, this is a little feature that I found out is because the rich text label goes off of the screen because I think I have the thing like over the whole screen, you might say. I still have to work on the UI stuff because I don't have a clue of how the stuff works. I was trying to do something originally. It had two boxes, and I wanted it to expand from the center, kind of, and whatever. And I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to. So I made sure that the whole thing covers the whole screen, which I should really figure out how to mess the UI, but I'll have to do some tests or something. Okay, so the cool thing is I get to scroll down here. Now the question is, should I try to shorten this so it all fits on one screen without a scroll bar, or should I let the scroll bar stay? Not that it matters all that much, but um, that's a thing that I want to kind of figure out, and so I'm not really sure. And that's why I always use the AI. So I can use the whoop, I can use the AI here if I want to. Let's go to, do I want ChatGPT or Grok? ChatGPT. Okay. That's the layout tool stuff. Um, this isn't explicitly not the layout tool, but the game I'm making uh, contains um, has room class with description, and if the text is too big for the screen, Redot Redot's UI stuff adds a scroll bar. So my question is, do I leave that in, or would it be better to um, make sure every page text covers a single screen without scrolling? Um, do some thinking and come up with pros and cons of each of these. Okay, we'll see what that does. Because I kind of need to decide that. I was going to do that, and I was thinking, do I want to do that, or should I just let, the scrolling is pretty cool, you know? What's the deal? Oh, it's doing thinking, I think, 4 seconds. So we'll see what it does. Um, because I kind of need an idea here. Um, I'd ask you guys that are watching, but most of the time you don't chat, right? So sometimes you do, sometimes you're just watching, lurking, or whatever. You don't have an account or you're not logged in, which is cool. So you're getting close to a release. First, it releases words. Sorry, yeah. I don't know why this is not working. Let's see something here. Which probably Bomb's right. I probably shouldn't be wasting my time on the AIs, but I do anyways. Let's tracing resources. There you go. Let's just exit page. Let's close that. this might have something to do with uh, new window. Let's try this again. ChatGPT. Maybe just that this discussion is too long. Okay, it's up in here. Um, wait a minute. So, okay, let me go down. Darn it. Come on. Okay. Uh, right. How come I can't page down? There we go. Dang it, why did I go so far high? So far up? Uh, ah, nice question. It's small at first glance, but it ripples into design, accessibility, tooling, and writing workflow. I'll lay out pros and cons of both approaches and give pragmatic recommendation plus a few implementation options. Okay. Linking back to the layout tool. Keep the scroll bar allow scrolling. Authoring freedom. Writers can put as much text as needed without juggling layout, useful for long blur, hints, or flavor. Less production friction. You avoid extra work of splitting text, designing page breaks, or tweaking a copy to fit. Easy to implement. Godot's Reddit's rich text label inside a scroll container works out of the box. Fewer bugs initially. Flexible for different screen sizes. Works on small windows, large monitors, and variable aspect ratios. Good for reference pages. Useful for manuals, credits, and other non-essential. Interrupts pacing immersion. Scrolling invites the player to read at their own variable pace, can break the careful rhythm. Hidden content may miss the fact that there's more text below the fold, especially on a game UIs with small scroll bars. UX friction. Scrolling with keyboard controller requires added UI plumbing. Inconsistent visual experience. Reading the length varies widely between pages. Hard to design a consistent visual rhythm across pages. Localization trouble. Um, Hide problems. Okay, that's great, but what, you might ask? Four single pages, no scrolling. Tighter pacing, sharper control. Consistent visual rhythm. Uh, Better for controller gamepad players. One screen text is usually simple to navigate. Press a button to continue. Exposes content length issues early. Forces writers, localizers to craft concise, robust text that fits the UI. Clear and look for print streaming, such dev logs, screenshots. Okay, cons, extra authoring work. Must split or edit text to fit screens, or you must implement pagination splitting logic. Edge cases are fiddly. Different fonts, font sizes, or translations can push text over the limit. You'll need tooling to catch slash fix. Harder to present long lore and reference material. You'll still need a place to put long content, optional appendices, codecs, etc. Requires good tooling. To avoid rework, you'll likely want helper tools. Um, yeah. I don't really need it to be real long. I mean, the point is to, yeah, I might just stick with, I might just go ahead and make sure I combine all the pages. But I think what I might do is, I'll be splitting out the pages, um, into individual pages, and I'll be actually putting them into the game. I think. Let's see. Okay. allow for scrolling for the long form. Content or option pick one. Single screen, read more modal recommended. I guess I'm not shouldn't be worried about that, right? Pagination, split into pages, auto scale, keep full scrolling for everything, implementation suggestions. Um, test accessibility. Okay. Uh, you don't need to do anything. Thanks. I just wanted some advice. Think I will keep it single screen. Um, what else? Um, since scrolling is automatic, I'm just going to determine how many lines I can fit in my window given the font and size. Um, and just make sure I rewrite all long pages that fit in one screen. Not really worried about multiple platforms at this point. User existing get string size, font metrics. Set that number somewhere global or utility utilize so you don't have to eyeball it every time when a page overflows a little. Consider it a rewrite opportunity trimming beats. Okay. Yeah, I can do whatever. I mean, it really kind of depends, but I think I'll keep it to one. In fact, like I said, what I'm gonna do now, because I guess because this is really complete in the sense that, oh, though I do need to adjust I need to adjust uh, the IDs, and I need to adjust the doors so that they'll lead one will lead to another. So I think that's what I'm gonna do right now. So let's see if we can get that done. Okay, first, I want to name these. Okay. Um, okay, John's leaving work. I almost wonder if I shouldn't redivide this up into um into two pages. And I also wonder if I shouldn't drop the number, the location number. Um, I might I might come up with a list of the IDs in order and put them in a sheet, like numbering them. Might do that. So we'll see here in a second. Um, okay. Let's see. Welcome, Chinlands. Yeah, really. Including both citizens and tourists. Um, let's see something here. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Hmm. All right, let's actually go to the to have this open. Yeah, mass vacation. Schools are reopen. Honestly, I can probably take some of these. Oh yeah, I was gonna put tabs in there too, wasn't I? Um, Mysterious figure, Max, those demos resort. Friend of the king, Wizard Hubert, Steam goes home to prepare to get help. Walks around his home, examining spellbooks. John steps. Okay. Actually, this is part of the entrance here. Oh, I see the way I did this, right? We have the intro, we have the intro part two if you want to say that. Um then we have um Hubert walks around his home in our realm called Cerulia. I could almost do this like chapters. Chapter one. Yeah, I could actually put chapters here in the title. Not really sure now. Let me think, let me think, let me think. Let's see. Hubert. Begin. Beginning. Okay, you know what? I'm just deciding whether or not I'm gonna pop this into two deals because they're you kind of okay. So you have the this is the overall opening. This is kind of your dust jacket version if you're reading a book. Um, the little paragraph you might read as a synopsis about what the book's about when you turn it over or whatever. Okay, uh, and then this is kind of this is your actual intro, right? Um, Honestly, this part almost shouldn't be in the story game, whatever you want to call, whatever you want to say it. And that's kind of interesting because I could do a thing where this is actually technically the start. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'll just leave it like this. We're gonna separate these out. But I still need to do what I said here though. So we're gonna leave that. I'm gonna call this two here. Um, I'm gonna call this Chester, friendly dragon, caves of dragon mount, cave system, flying around, sees a random village burned down. Chester flies right deal the dragon hard enough to stop. Chester flies back under. Chester picks up a few shiny object from his cave, leaves again to search for more of his friends. Chester manages to catch up to a few of his friends at various villages to try to break them from enchantment. Jester gives them shiny gifts, breathe fire on them, neither of which works. Desperate flies to Nestor's cave, somewhere in the White Serpent Range, west of Dragon Mount. Nestor gets ready to breathe fire on Chester when Chester speaks to him. Nestor tells Chester that Crooktooth and Enchanted dragons act hostile. Back in Nestor's cave, Chester presents him with a shiny polished stone, and they both talk about the past. After finding out they're long-lost twin brothers, Chester and Nestor go on a search for Crooktooth. Um, okay, so I'm gonna do these sort of like chapters, actually. Um, I'm still gonna do the three numbers at the front, and we'll kind of work like that. And any splits in the quote unquote chapter will actually have their own little names. They won't be chapter or anything. In fact, what I might do is I might leave the number the same for any of the, kind of like what I was doing before, but they'll all have unique names. But 002 identifies it as chapter 2 or part 2 or however you want to say it. So this is actually going to be 002. Um, should I call it Twin Dragons or should I call it Twin Brothers? The Twin Brothers? Twin Brothers. We'll do it like that. Label the Twin Brothers. Okay, so now we got this, and now we're gonna do door to the Twin Brothers. Okay. Um, yeah, without the number there, of course. Door to the Twin Brothers, and this is, of course, this. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, so now we're gonna go through this here. This is going to be 3. Um, so let's look at 003, chapter 3. Okay, we just do this like chapters. This will be cool, I think. Okay, within Night School grounds, 2 knights sitting in front of the statue of a knight. They start discussing the disappearance of Sir William. The unicorn steps up to a pool in front of the statue, but behind the knights, unicorn notices a man's face for a moment in the place of his own reflection. The 2 knights say they don't even think the wizards that Wizard U could help. Then they leave, and the unicorn walks up to the statue and recognizes it as the face he saw in the reflecting pool. The unicorn leaves the night school grounds to search for Wizard U. The unicorn walks up the door of Wizard University, tries to push the door open, but it doesn't budge. The unicorn then gets a running start, rams the door. Oh, you know what the one problem here is this is an order problem here. And then goes inside, just inside. Uh-huh. Sees Hubert's painting in the Hall of Fame, particularly notes it has been defaced. He then proceeds to find the library. It almost sounds like Dad just woke up, so I might have to get off of here pretty soon. Um, Find the library, exploring it. Okay, so here is my first error. Well, actually, it's not my first error, is it? Because he goes into Wizard U here, right? Okay. Mm, Hubert makes his way to Fairy God College. Hubert sneaks into Wizard U and examines the Hall of Fame. Okay, so um that that's okay. That's the first part anyway. So I did do that right. Okay, so okay, so what should I call this? This is gonna be chapter 3 or 003. Um, Instead of night school pool, we're gonna call it something like Hmm. A random unicorn. The unicorn goes to school. Let's see. The unicorn to school. And I know it's. I do want it to sound kind of funny, so that's why I'm doing that. Control C, Control V. We can remove these underlines here. Unicorn goes to school. Okay. Um. So that. Let's go ID door to the unicorn goes to school, and then we'll just go ahead and Control V. 003 unicorn goes to school. Okay. Awesome. All right. So now 6:20. Okay, I'm gonna only be in here 10 more minutes just because Dad's out there and he'll probably want to watch something, and 7 would probably be too late. And um, anywho, unicorn goes to school. Okay, Scarborough for chicken. Johnny Rendezvous Scarborough for chicken at the Renaissance Fair. Since the princess was kidnapped for a reason, they decide to find her and rescue her if possible. Hubert contacts his old friend the Count, tells him to train the bat, see if he can find the princess. In the wine cellar of the Grand Enchanted Land, the princess is struggling with the ropes, tying her to wine cask. Helpless some mice, she manages to free the ropes, binding her. Get free of the ropes. Princess then tries to escape, getting in the dumbwaiter, only to be sent upstairs. After getting out of the hotel's dumbwaiter, searches for a way out by checking various doors. She stumbles upon a room with some maps and documents, which she grabs but is recaptured. The Count comes back to FSC and tells John and Hubert what he found. Princess is chained to a wine cask in the cellar. Uh, uh, yeah, and I'm gonna call this. Let's see. Uh, this one is. This one's gonna be 4, so 0, 0, 4. Um, the princess gets a room here. Gets a room with that. Okay. Go see destination. This is destination. This is 0, 0, 4. Door to the princess gets a room. And this is going to be also same thing. Should put chapters in these. I might do that here. Okay. The princess gets a room. Okay. Door to the okay, so next one is uh this Gnome Kingdom boundaries of Gnome Kingdom max. Oh, let's see some here. Chain to one cast. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So I ended up and these should say hit 1 to continue. I need to fix that too, I guess. But we'll start fixing some of these names. Um, give me a few more minutes and then I'll be done here. Then the Boundaries of the Gnome Kingdom. Max finds Scarlet. Um, this is actually the first time we kind of see Max too. That's kind of interesting here. That's kind of okay, I guess. Let's see. In the World Village, they tell Red they want. Okay, so mm, okay, so this one's going to be called Red Hot Riding Hood. Hot Riding Hood. Okay, and of course it's just a little joke, a little play on words. Control C. Destination is this. Control V. Where the Gnome Kingdom 1. Door 2. Red Hot Riding Hood here. Little play on words there. And then we do this. Chapter 5. Red Hot Riding Hood. Honestly, I think I'm gonna actually um okay. So each one of these is gonna be hit 1 to continue. Hit 0 to quit. Hit 1. Hit 1 to continue. Let's remove this if you wish to. And you'll see um 1, Control V, 1 to continue. Hit 1 to continue. V. Control V. Control V to continue. Control V. Control V. V. Control V. Control V. I need just to do these here. One if you wish to Control V. And hit 0 to quit. Okay. All right. So that's all I've got. Um so I think that I'll call it a night here. It's about 6:30 now. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do my little recording while I am streaming. So um I have a little bit of some extra things here um, to show what I did today or in the session. Okay, so today is Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, and I was able to get a short session in where I started renaming the started started renaming the pages after chapters, after interesting chapter names instead of just like straight up locations. Like chapter 2 is the twin brothers, and then chapter 3 is the Unigor goes to school. Chapter 4, Princess gets a room. Chapter 5 is Red Hot Riding Hood, and I'll probably put chapter 5 in the chapter numbers in the labels. Anyways, that's all I did for today, and I'll see what goes on next time. Okay, so thanks for watching the stream. Uh, I probably won't be back tonight, but you never know. If I have extra time, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But thanks for watching the little bit I got done today. Hey, I got some stuff done. So cool. Okay, so thank you for watching today's short session.